Today on the channel, we are Defenders of the Faith. Not really, we're Defenders of the Earth with Ming and original superheroes Flash Gordon from NECA.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another NECA unboxing and review. And today, from the Defenders of the Earth, we've got Ming and the original superheroes. We've got Flash Gordon from NECA. But for all your NECA needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% on all in-stock items. And of course, anything over $39 does ship free. And today is all about getting a deal, playing a little of that long game. That's what I did on these. As you guys have seen, I've unboxed a few of the Defenders of the Earth on the channel. Lothar and Mandrake the Magician. Don't sleep on a magician. Those are the only two I bought at full price, regular price, whatever you want to call it. These two, I played a little of that long game. Got both these guys for under $10 each. That's a deal if you ask me. Anytime you get a NECA figure for around $10 or lower, you're printing money at that point, or something like that. Who knows? But of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And today we're going to start with Ming. We're going to go start by excitement level. And Ming is a little bit more exciting than this old Flash Gordon over here. But I do love the packaging on the Defenders of the Earth. Now, Defenders of the Earth we've talked about in the prior videos. Cartoon, comic, it's been around forever, but there was a cartoon series. What was that, the 90s, I guess it was. Wasn't really for me, but now I got a little bit of a fondness for the action figures, but not the cartoon. Sometimes it's the other way around. That's how it is this time. Now, I do have another Ming we'll compare this to, but this one looks heads and tails better than that one. And under $10, man, I'm here for that. But beautiful blue packaging here, a little glamour shot, even an inspired NECA logo from the old school logo. I love that little point of detail. Looks really, really good. Big window box, yellow background against there. Little window on the action. What is he? Number 3, Ming the Merciless. Oh, Ming the Merciless. There it is. Very cool packaging on the side there. Defenders. Nothing fun there. And then the back of the package. There it is. You got an old school cross sell. That's an old school like Kenner cross sell back in the day. Toy Biz, you name it. I love that. Absolutely awesome. A little glamour shot, a little bit of a blurb. Let's see what it says about Ming the Merciless. Ming the Merciless has been battling the unconquerable Flash Gordon for years in their constant clash of good against evil. Desperate to seize and dominate the earth, Ming's greed for conquest has become his obsession. Evil ruler of the planet Mongo. Planet Mongo McMichael. What a planet that one is for sure. Very cool, but without further ado, let's get him out of the package. Let's see what's going on with old Ming the Merciless. Very cool packaging, as I said earlier, but we're off to the races. See you later. How about a little plastic prison? There it is. Get the old scissors out. It's time to free old Ming. These are eternal peg warmers is really what this is, though. I think if you've ever been to a Target in the last year or so, you do see these guys around on a very, very regular basis. I think it's just the characters not really connecting with the audience. Pretty deep cuts, especially for NECA. Very deep cuts on these figures. That's what I've always felt, and I think that is still the case. I think that's a pretty fair assessment. And a lot of different versions of these guys as well, which sometimes is great if you're looking for Wolverine. You need a lot of versions of Wolverine, and guess what? A lot of versions of Wolverine will sell. But a character like Ming the Merciless, that not a lot of people know, it's a pretty deep cut. And we got to be honest, Flash Gordon is even a deep cut in this day and age. He really is. It's just a little harder to move your wares when that comes, and that's where the clearance begins. So that's what I did. That's where I picked it up, and we're off to the races. There it is. Goodbye. See you later. Get out of here. Twist ties all over the place. And we're going to start it off with all of his accessories first, and it's wild. No extra hand accessories. Well, I should take that back. We got one extra hand. So we got the old come hither hand here. Got a nice ring on it. Nice green coloring. Looks like a poor man's Incredible Hulk, but a nice dark wash on this. Nails are black. So we do get one hand. Just one hand with Ming the Merciless. We do see some reuse, which is the name of the game in the toy industry, as we know. We get this effect piece. I think this even came with maybe Mandrake the Magician as well. And then we get his blaster gun. I like that it's got kind of a blue and black, like kind of shiny color. Very space-like weapon. And then, of course, this just plugs right in there. And there it is. Nice effect piece. And you can put it in somebody's chest like he's getting shot. Very, very cool. And then we get something a little bit newer here, something I like. We get his nice staff. And you can't be a ruler, you can't be a leader of a bad guy faction without some kind of a staff of some sort. He's got a little bit of a dragon staff here. Nice black throughout, got gold down here, nice red at the point, and then a purple dragon at the top, big tongue going out, a little gold action. I'm here for this. That works for me. It seems like something a guy like Ming the Merciless would have. And then we do get a sword. You got the nice blade. Even got a little red jewel at the top of the blade. Ooh, a little bit. Oh boy, I don't want to bend it too much. It'll get broke. But it's got a little bit of a bend at the handle for it. I guess it's not the end of the world. A little gold over there to protect the old knuckle duster. But not bad. Not bad for Ming the Merciless. Now let's get down to old Ming. See what's going on here. And like I said, we did open up another Ming on the channel a while back. Check out that review if you are interested. But this one is a heck of a lot better. Now, there is another Ming. I believe there's 3 of these. The other one is with Flash Gordon in a 2-pack. Seems to only be at Walmart. Seems to be around $80. Some deals to be had every once in a while, but that pack's going to have to drop a lot for me to get after that. But it does look really cool, especially if you like the Flash Gordon movie back in the day. But this Ming the Merciless, very interesting. Like I said, repaint, but a little bit fancier than the other one. But the arms do go all the way around, of course. You do get a bicep cut. You do get double jointed elbows. Hands removable, of course, as well. Head back and forth, side to side. A little bit limited by the cowl of his cape here. We'll talk about the cape in a second. You do get an ab crunch on these guys. We don't see a lot of ab crunches in NECA, so this is something a little bit different. You do get waist, very tight joints on this, as you can imagine. You can do a little bit of those Ming splits, just a little bit. No thigh cut, but we do get double jointed knees. You do get a boot cut, and then you do get ankles back and forth, side to side. So all kinds of articulation, very tight articulation on him. He does get a cape, a beautiful cape. Red on the interior, exterior, a nice purple sparkle. And I love that they got the wiring in the cape. So you can get the cape in all kinds of crazy positions, showing what Ming's doing out there. It looks really, really good. And then one thing I noticed with this guy is he is so colorful. He's got kind of a gray skin color and then green hands. I don't know how that works, but he's got green hands. Gold and black wrist gauntlets, forearm gauntlets with jewels on it. Got his double goatee kind of on the side, cut down the middle. Looks really interesting. Looks very terrifying. He does got a dirty kind of wash to his face. Looks like a scary dude at the end of the day. He does got a big waist belt going on with the purple and golds and the reds and the blue pants and the black boots. Just a very, very colorful character in many ways is what we got here with Ming the Merciless. How do I forget it? I forgot the old toe articulation. He also has toe articulation. Man, you got to have that. And he fits perfectly on a ringside collectible stand. Of course, this is a Mattel stand I used for him. Looks really, really good. And then there's the other version of Ming. And like I said, not as many bells and whistles as this one. This one, I almost might just have him stand behind him, and he could be like a guard to this Ming. Just pretend there's part of the same race. That's what I may end up doing with these guys. It's very interesting, the hand color and stuff like that. There's very similar, but very different at the same time. Even different head. No, it's the same head sculpt, just painted differently. Got a little bit different helmet type thing going on. But very cool. I still do like this one, and for under $10, this is an absolute steal. Ming the Merciless, added to the collection. Gonna have a little Defender's shelf, apparently. But now we turn our attention over to the original superhero, Flash Gordon. Now, everybody knows Flash Gordon, especially if you're a little kid of the 80s. There was that movie, and it used to play on, like, TBS or WGN or whatever it was when you were little. It seemed like it was always on. Maybe it was, who knows, Showtime or something like that. The Flash Gordon TV show or movie was always on. And then, of course, he was part of the Defenders. This is the original superhero line that was before this Defender line that Ming's a part of. And this one, deep, deep clearance. This is probably the worst seller of the bunch, him and the Phantom. And I think it's just too plain Jane, especially at this price point, for a lot of consumers. And I think that's what hurt it. That's why it went to clearance. But I didn't have representation of Flash Gordon in my collection, so I said, you know what, this is going to be the one I'm going to get. And for around $10, can't pass that up. So there it is, original superhero, similar but different packaging, little glamour shot, Flash Gordon. You know, I always thought of Flash as a kid watching Kenner's Superpowers. That's the Flash I always thought of. Who's this other Flash Gordon? But anyways, there it is, original superheroes right there. A little picture. Flash Gordon number 2 in the wave. And then we got a little cross out with the Phantom and Ming, which just showed that other version of Ming. That's part of this line here. Glamour shots and a little blurb here. Let's see what it says about Flash Gordon. Our story follows the adventures of world-famous athlete Flash Gordon, who is transported to the strange and hostile planet Mongo, ruled by the sinister emperor of the galaxy, Ming the Merciless. Hell-bent on conquering the universe and destroying anything standing in his path, aided by his companion Dale Arden and the brilliant Dr. Zarkov, Flash is in an epic, never-ending space adventure to save the universe using only his human strength, courage, and wisdom. This is based off of the original depiction of Flash Gordon in Alex Raymond's True Masterpiece series. So there you go. So the more you know, kids, the more you know. But let's get old Flash out of here. Of course, whenever I think of Flash Gordon, I always think of the theme song. Sung by Queen, of course. There it is. Off the races. See you later. Goodbye. Oh, twist ties aplenty. You got to have the twist ties even on Flash Gordon. You know, he is fast. He is quite the athlete. You don't want him getting away on you. So that does make sense. But to get that big heavy-duty twist tie around his waist. See if I can cut through this. Oh, yeah, we got through it. We got through it. How about that? Pop this out. Maybe I'll pop this out. Boy, he's taped down. They don't want, like I said, they don't want Flash going anywhere. They don't want Flash's weapons going anywhere either. Oh, and then, of course, this figure's a little older. It's been peg warming for about a year, and the tape has really settled in, so a little bit tight in the tape department. And there it is. Okay. Flash coming on out. Oh, we got a blaster. All right. We're getting there. We're getting there. Maybe. And there it is. Off to the races. See you later. Goodbye. All right. Let's look at his accessories first. He does have extra hands. And Flash Gordon, he came to fight. He's got 2 Fists of Fury on him. Does have a trigger hand and then a gripping hand. Human skin tone, white skin tone. It is what it is. Pretty by the numbers hands right there. And then we do get some effect pieces, and we do get a blaster pistol. I believe this is a different weapon. Yes, it is different than Ming the Merciless. Same kind of color tone to it, with that kind of blue highlight, very space-like looking. We do get the effect pieces here, which are always kind of cool. And we get one to put just on the gun, just a blast effect. And then it looks like very similar. Yes, it is in yellow instead of blue of the previous one we saw with Ming. So we do get different effects here. Choose your own effect adventure, but always cool to see things like that in these. And then we do get a sword and sheath. Oh, sword and sheath. It's like the olden days. Like Excalibur, some might say. But this does plug on him somewhere. We'll find that out. But the sword, of course, goes right in there. Beautiful gold and blue and red jewels, brown handles, silver on the blade. Very, very cool. Pretty much a paint-by-numbers sword, but looks good to me. Now we get down to Flash Gordon. We do get an extra head with Flash Gordon. This is the one, let's see, when I think of Flash Gordon, I guess I think of him without his headgear here. I don't know what he's got going on. Like, it almost looks like he's ready for winter with some earmuffs going on. I'm not sure exactly what you call that. But it looks like Flash Gordon, I guess. You know, the blonde hair is always what tells it away, and then the red outfit. When I think of Flash Gordon, at least. But looking good, a good enough head. And then this head, I probably prefer this head because I don't think of him with the old headband and the earmuffs going on. So I'll probably use this. Both of them got a dirty blonde wash to them. Blonde hair looks really good. Articulation going to be the exact same as Ming the Merciless. I don't see any differences there, so we already walked through that. He does got a spot for his pistol right up front. Looks a little strange. I always feel like you should have this on your side. It should be like a side holder, not right in front. Like, oh, here we go. Because you know what happens? You reach in there for your gun, you accidentally hit the trigger, and you're off to the races in a bad, bad way to the hospital is what you are. Because, you know, you're probably shooting something you don't want to be shooting on accident. He does got his sword, of course, we talked about, and it does plug in right on the other side. So you can have that over there. A little bit in the way, but it is okay. Oh, are you kidding me? Well, I'm not shocked. I shouldn't say I'm shocked here. Of course, yep, there it is. Well, the piece here, the little part that clips in, of course it broke off. It just snapped right off inside of there. Just very easily, barely even touched it. Oh, what are we doing, NECA? And NECA's had those problems in the past. Been a while since I've had a problem like that, but that is very disappointing, especially if I would have paid $30 for this figure. I would have been really disappointed, but now I'm really still disappointed, even if I paid $8, $9 for this. So that is unfortunate. I guess watch out, because this thing is not hanging on there very tight, and it's going to fall right back in there. So what are we doing? What are we doing? Not fan of Flash Gordon here. He just dropped to the bottom of the barrel for me. Well, but we soldier on. We must soldier on here. He's got the red outfit going on, the blue pants, the gold stripes on the side, kind of a furry belt going there. And then he's got a bunch of gold coins around his necklace, because why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? You're in space. What's fashion in space? You choose your own space fashion adventure is what you do when you're up there. But this one is okay. It's just an okay figure. Does he fit on a ringside collectible stand? Yes, he does. He fits very good on there, but you know, if he's going to break on you, who cares if he fits on a stand, really? So a little disappointing here. Anytime a toy breaks just very easily putting it together like it's supposed to, quality control not always there, and that's the issue here with Flash Gordon. So all day, I'm going with Ming the Merciless. I like him a heck of a lot better than Flash. Very cool, very much worth the value, under $10 for this guy. This guy, about right under $10, really, if you ask me. But what say you guys out there? Any thoughts on these two? I don't know if there's a lot of fandom there. There's a few people, but I think it's dying every day. These superheroes, the old-timey superheroes, kind of being forgotten by a whole generation. I guarantee most kids probably have no idea. High schoolers, stuff like that, have no idea who these guys are. So it'll be one of those things that's really interesting. Will it totally die out in another decade? Very possibly could, but NECA is doing their part, trying to bring it back to prominence. It apparently didn't work if they went to clearance. But what say you guys? Like I said, let me know in the comments your thoughts on these and the whole entire Defenders of the Earth line. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. And don't forget about the Patreon, your best way to support the channel. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget social media, SirPaul64 over there on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for the Defenders of the Earth, I am Kyle. And I'll see you guys all real soon.